All right, we are here on another exciting and riveting Friday, April 5th, 2024. I'm your host, Benjamin Krause. Today we're going to be talking about veteran readiness and employment benefits and whether you can use those benefits to attend a state school only or attend only in state. Or can you go out of state, and can you go to a private school? There's a lot of confusion about this. VR&E is telling a lot of veterans a lot of things. Some of it's not true. I know that may not surprise a lot of you who have been here following this channel for years and years and years. But for those of you that are unfamiliar, you may not know the answer, and that's why we're doing this. I am your host, Benjamin Krause. I am a VA-accredited attorney. I used VR&E to pay for my undergrad, to pay for law school, and to also cover part of my startup costs for my law firm. I attended Northwestern University outside of Chicago in Illinois, University of Minnesota Law School. I can tell you that I've attended schools that may not be in-state schools and may not be state universities. Okay, so we're going to talk about that because I know a lot of you are really confused at the moment because VA is still telling people things that are not true. So we're going to talk about this. And if you have questions while you're watching this live in the group, let me know. VR&E issues right now. Bing, bing, bing. Okay, here we go. So we're live. Now everyone in the group hopefully knows. And we are going to get to the bottom of the story, right? Because there is a story. There's a little bit of background. I can tell you about my evolution, my experience. I know some of you watching this are familiar with what I do, familiar with my background. Again, name is Benjamin Krause. About 15 years ago, I started a Facebook group. It's called Disabled Veterans Chapter 31 Voc Rehab. Created it, I think it was in 2009. So 15 years ago, we've been at this. And hey, Rolando. So we've been at this for quite a while. And I would love to say that a lot of the things that we saw back in 2009 are no longer happening at the agency, where at the time we were dealing with agency officials giving bad information to veterans, information that's not true, behaving in a racist manner at times, and just generally lying to folks. Okay. So I would love to say that at that time, when we exposed that with CBS Evening News with Katie Kirk, I would love to say that that is no longer true. I would love to say that VR&E, formerly vocational rehabilitation, now veteran readiness and employment, I would love to say that this old program doesn't do that anymore and that they learned their lessons. And once they were exposed, man, they felt really bad and got their act together. I would love to say that that's true, but it's just not true. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm helping all of y'all get to the bottom of it. Now, the title of this episode may not be super sexy. We're talking about in-state versus out-of-state. We're talking about going to a state school versus going to a private school. Now, that may not seem like an attractive topic to a lot of veterans or other officials watching this, but I can tell you, hey, Chris, I see your message there. I can tell you that it is going to be sexy to some because it's going to be the difference between getting a great job or getting maybe not even getting a job at all after you graduate, and having a robust alumni network that you can lean on, like I have with Northwestern, whenever you run into some challenges in your career, versus maybe not having that if you go to University of Phoenix or to American Military University or something that just doesn't have the same appeal in the community. So we're going to talk about it. This is where we're going to get to the bottom of. And I'm going to tell you how to address the general problem that a lot of veterans have when they're trying to get approved for this type of benefit. Pretty straightforward in my mind, but I'm an attorney. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been an attorney for over 10 years helping veterans get their benefits, including veteran readiness and employment benefits. So to me, this makes sense. It seems straightforward, but to a lot of you, it probably doesn't. It seems probably like reading Greek or some other kind of crazy ball thing. So that's why we're here. That's why we get paid the big bucks. No, not really, but that's why we're here. That's why we're doing this channel. This is why I am talking to you all. So the answer to the question and that long, super long wind up is that it is true that you can attend a private university in some situations. Usually it's a high cost university because it's private. It's not subsidized by taxpayer dollars the same way that a public school is. So an example could be, let's say Illinois is probably a great state. Lots of veterans there. The state's got some problems, but a lot of good people in Illinois. I'm from there originally. And so I also went to school there, right? So I graduated from Northwestern University in Evanston, Illinois back in 2007. Loved it. Great university. Was interviewed by all the top investment banks and consulting companies, and you name it. The opportunities were there. I have a degree in economics, or at least I studied. It doesn't say economics, right? So I majored in economics, but I have a bachelor's degree. Also a law degree from University of Minnesota, which is a quasi-private university. It was high cost at the time, even though University of Minnesota is technically a public university, but their law school has some kind of private institution, so they have some kind of independence from the state in a way that the normal university doesn't, which is kind of weird, but whatever. It is what it is. So I'm sitting here, I'm in front of you, I am telling you, having attended, I think it's 4 private universities using VR&E up until this point in my life, that they most certainly do pay for attendance at private universities. I'm also saying that as an attorney who has been able to get his clients into VR&E after being wrongly denied and approved for high-cost private universities.